Welcome to Trading Lounge and the US Indices for Thursday the 27th of January, and starting with the Russell here. As I've mentioned earlier, that we've got two sets of wave fours here. We've got a smaller wave four in here as well, and that it'd just be natural to vibrate here for a while, and that's exactly what's going on. So let's go in and take a closer look at how this is finishing. But wave 3 here, an A and a B and a C wave here, and we're looking for 5 waves of 1 and 2, and 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 for the third wave, fourth wave and fifth wave. So we won't know the low yet. We just need to track the 5 waves in this last leg here, and then we can start buying, and I'll talk about the setup on the day. So let's just go to 100 ticks and work through this. Let's bring in some more data here just to understand this. It was a bit of a bumpy ride with the Feds opening their gob and stabilizing the market. I don't think they really should be sort of interfering as much as they do, telling porky pies, but who am I to judge? I've got my own issues. So there's so we've got 1 and 2 here, and we're looking down for wave 3, right, and then 4 and then 5. So between 2 and 3 here, we're looking for 5 waves. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 for the wave 3. And if I've made a mistake with all of this, then, which I'm starting to see on some of the stocks, is then blue wave 3 would be here and blue wave 5 would be here, and then we would be finished here. So it's something that we need to work through, but yeah, just talking about my mistakes before they happen, and I'll do my best to resolve that. I need to think it out a little bit, so I can do that over the weekend once this matures a little bit in all of this. So yes, so this wave 4, this is our high-end target here, so it's pretty much stayed within the bounds. It just being, you know, a wave 4's a wave 4, and you know, they can get a bit messy and complicated, but at the end of the day, when it matures, it becomes pretty clear as such. So we just got a simple really A, B and C here, and I know that we could count that a bit differently. There's a bit of overlap between a couple of these little structures in here, but it's fine on the SP and the Nasdaq. So yeah, we're just looking for further downside. There'll be a retest of the of that 2000 there. It's just normal to retest that, but that's sort of what we're looking at. So I'll bring this wave 3 back over here, and once that's in play there, then we're going to have another wave 4 here, and then wave 5 coming down. So yeah, a bit of a bumpy ride. Let's go and have a look at the Nasdaq. So the Nasdaq, on this is just a 4-hour chart, so we've got our A wave here, and the Nasdaq has got a low below this top of this wave 3 here. And we know that this market is corrective because the A wave here is in 3 waves. So this is corrective, this is all attached to that leg. So it's all corrective as well. The SP500 made a high above here, above wave 3. Just a slight difference. We're looking at 1 and 2 and down for 3, 4, 5. So we're bouncing around the 14 mark here, but as you can see, we're looking for a corrective move. That's corrective. Let's just go straight to the tick chart and check on that pattern. Is 10 enough? Let's go 20. So wave 3 here with an A wave, and then an A, B and C for the B wave, and then 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here. So we're also seeing a move down here. We'll take a closer look at this on the S&P, but I'm assuming, and we'll double check this, 3, 4 and 5 be something of that description, and we can pop that over there. We'll just put this way over here. We'll be looking for an ABC coming back up, so we can just put that in here now, I think, while we're here. So just very roughly, sometimes the wave 4s here, they should pull back up to the wave 4 of one lesser degree, but yeah, sometimes they're a fair bit lower as well. So we'll just take that with a pinch of salt. The dance will be 3, 13, 8, 14, and group 1 here. That's where the main bulk of it's going to be in here. As I mentioned before, coming into this structure here, the idea was we're not going to trade it, and don't lose money. That's the number one rule in wave 4s. So you don't really trade wave 4s unless you're an intraday trader, and you've got an edge. You need to know what your edge is. You definitely got to know how to play. Yeah, but what we could do is that if this wave 4 here is, if we can identify it as being corrective and not the actual low being in place at that point, well, then we could trade this wave 4 to wave 5 down here. You could also capture wave 3 here as well. Probably do that under it's 1, ABC for 2, 3, 4, 5, so probably pretty close. So an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave. So you could probably short it under here, but if it pushes, it should push up here somewhere. I don't know where. Probably fail to find support on top of group 1 here, and then move down from that point. So you might be able to find a better way in. If the market trades above here on the 3, then you can use the 2 as a retested resistance to get a position in here, and just trade the 3rd wave down and get out. Really, just count your 5 waves down. Let's check out the SP 500. So on the S&P here, we've got wave 3 here with an A and an ABC for the B wave up here, and 1 and 2, and we're looking down for wave 3 here. We're looking for 5 waves in 3. We've had our little wave 4 in here. We'll check that out in a moment, wave 4 and wave 5. So we'll be looking for the main thing down here is, as I've mentioned, is not to lose your money in wave 4s, because we're going to make a bucket load in this move up through here, and we'll get in here. Now the point is that can we be in some sort of triangle, and will we go straight up here? Well, that's something that we also need to figure out as well. So normally take it from the top of wave 3 rather than the B wave up there. If we come down here, say we get, because 4,100 was our 38.2% retracement level. So we'll see what the structure looks like at the 61.8%. So if we can actually get 5 waves to that point rather than 3 waves, then I'll know that we're on the right track. But otherwise, we could end up in another situation where we end up in a triangle pattern over here, which I think we have looked at. I won't go into it now. I just want to stay focused on this. But anyway, I'm aware of things. So, but yeah, we'll build in here. We'll work this wave 2 here, and then we'll build into this side here. If we get 3 waves to the 61.8%, then we know that we've got an issue, and we'll need to manage that. So from the daily chart, we'll go to the 4-hour chart. So this is what we were looking for here, some sort of ABC. There we go, we've got that, and now we're on our way to the downside here. So we can also look at that as 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and 5 down here for that, and then an A and a B and a C coming back up here, and then down into this space, and then we go up. So just moving into the 1-hour chart, that's our little ABC pattern here. Same pattern we're just sort of looking at there. Now let's go to the tick chart, and we're in minor group 1 here, so we're bouncing across that, Let's go to the 100 ticks and have a quick look. So what we can do here, we've got a few short positions on, the same as we're in with stock as well. So now we can bring, we've got this short position in here rather, and another one up here. So we just want to bring this down to here. Don't need these guys for the moment. Thank you very much. We're in group 1, so we can use that. So we're going to take profit down here because we don't want to go through the wave 4 situation. Okay, so when we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's when we're getting out at this point. We've got our stop, so we're moving our stop down to this point. We could probably bring it to there pretty safely. So just looking at this correction for, I know it's hindsight, but it's quite a nice correction really. We knew that it was corrected because we had 3 waves here. So it was just a matter of hanging on to the, you know, trying to get our sort of 10 seconds on the horse, you know, in the rodeo ring, so to speak. So we got our A wave. And then it got a bit complicated in here, but in hindsight it's all easy peasy. So an A and a B and a C wave here, and then 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 for the third wave, and then the fourth wave and fifth wave here. Not the best looking 5 waves there, but don't want to look a gift horse in the mouth. So this here we've got 1, and this is the high here. So is that? I have to check on the cash market, but either way we've got nice. Oh, we could probably go that way. I could count that in different ways, but we still end up with wave 1 here, and the 50-60% retracement level is here. There's also a little group 2 in there as well. So group 2 will be from the 400, from 300 to 400. The levels would be 1, 2, and 3 in here, and then 5, which is where it's at now. They can come down a little bit. And let's just put in group 2 here because it's subtle, but it's important. So that will be 65 and 72. If I can get it there. Close enough for the time being. And then 80. So that will be that. Well, we can see it here too. It's just reflected in that. I mean, so it may not reach up here for that. Let's just have a little look at that. Is that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? I mean, is it finished there? I mean, where's that trend line coming from? Is that valid? Not that valid. It really needs to be there, but we got this trend. We've got trend lines all over the place. There, trend lines are good until they're not. Basically, I mean, they're just sort of, you know, a little bit helpful. Okay, we still got to get up there a bit further for that, or unless we're going to cascade down. That high is above that, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's I'll have to check. Doesn't really matter. So that's either 1 here or 1 here, and then that's 2, and that's 3, and that's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we should be going higher. How's that going to go though? Is that the A wave here? And the B wave here, it looks a little bit sort of impulsive. Can the B wave be over here? Can that count as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for 1 and back for 2 and then 3, 4, 5? That may be the case. Always a bit of a guessing game, but we also need to look at where we can go short. So is that 1 a bit sort of small really, and 2 here for that? I mean, this is what I'd sort of normally think, but I can see that it wants to come down. All that there's overlapping wave structures, so it's not there yet. Anyway, we shouldn't really drop below here. So where does that leave us? Let's just go to use the trading levels. So we'll go 10, 20 and 30, and then we've got basically between 300 and 400. That's a minor level here, and these are sub levels, so 1 degree smaller. 1, 2, 3, 5 and 8 is the Fibonacci numbers. So now that it's traded above here, what we can do, if the number 2 here within group 1 here becomes the resistance, then you can short that at that point. Otherwise, wait for it to go up there. If it gets above the 50 and trades up here, then you can use the 50 over here to go short as a retested resistance, and we'll be looking for, we may get a nice clean pattern. If that's the 50 here, it comes down, bounces, the arrival, the reaction, the first low below the level, the retest here, and then down. Either that, or it will come back up above the level here, which is the more common pattern. So this is more common here. So if that's the 50 here, then it comes back up over here. But always keep your eye on this low and then that low. And if it trades above here, then you work this little pattern in here. And this little pattern in here is a fractal. It's going to be the same pattern is this larger pattern here. So this will be the arrival, the reaction, the first low below the level, the ABC. It may be above the level again, or it may sit squarely on the level there, but this is, you know, this is one to work over here for that. Okay, there we go. Okay, so yeah, so we can move that over here now. I mean, it's a bit of a flimsy B wave here. And we can put that up there and that there. So we could probably work it at that point. And that wave 3 is just going to be up there. Now we'll be into group 2 here for that. And this is the supply just meaning sellers. So that's where the resistance is going to be. And you'll probably get a little, anyway, I'll leave it all at that. I'm just waffling, waffle alert. Alrighty, cheers, thanks, bye.